Hey,
Yay.
welcome everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from all over the world. Welcome to the MumFreedomPreneurs Hangout. And today we're going to be talking about secrets of the stay-at-home mom. So secrets of a working home mom. And yeah, everybody's popping on. Yay! All right. So what we're going to do, we're going to go across the panel, and we're just going to say hi to wherever we are in the world, and quick introduction of who we are, so that those who might be new to our Hanging by Hands. I'm Valerie Jampolsky, and I'm also a mom of twin. Oh my goodness, a 5 years old now. They're just 25. And so I do my usual possible naked killer. Here we go. They come running by here. So right now they're passed out. It's 8 a.m. in the morning here, but they would not go to sleep last night, so they're sleeping. So, and I am from Abundance Now, and that is something that I really believe in very much, that it is possible to really live
Maybe on my hangout?
experience all of abundance that is right here in all areas of your life right here, right now. So I'm going to go down the line here. I'm going from what I see here, and I'm going to go next to Elizabeth. Oh, and here in Los Angeles. Here's Elizabeth. Oh, Elizabeth, say something. Say hi.
That's me, right?
There you go. There you go. All right.
Okay. I'm Elizabeth Boweries with the Revitalized family, and I'm in the Poconos of Pennsylvania, up in the mountains, and we're getting more snow as we speak.
And let every folks know how many kids you got. What are they? What are their ages?
I have 4 kids ranging in age from 23, 21, 14, and 10.
Wow. It's cool. You've got like all the different ages. All right, hang on one second. I just realized I did not have my lower third on. There we go. Now folks can see my name. Okay, cool. And so for you, it's, what is it, like 11 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah.
11 o'clock in the morning. You're going to see we're spanning the globe here. All right, moving along next. Gabrielle, you're up.
Sorry, just unmuting myself. So hey, it's Gabrielle. Gabrielle Morrison. If you don't know me, I live here in Perth, Australia. So it's actually midnight, and I had a little sleep before I jumped on, and I've got 2 little kids, a little boy who's nearly 2, and my daughter who's 4. And yeah, I got into this business so I can spend more time with them and live the life that I truly desired. And yeah, it's super cool, and I'm loving it. And yeah, that's me in a nutshell.
Love it, love it. Moving and good evening. Good night. It's so late at night. Okay, now we're gonna go moving along to Greta with the half a dozen.
Hello and good morning. Yes, my name is Greta Campagnolo, and I do in fact have a half a dozen kids. Funny enough, there are people in my community that have more kids than I do. Actually, quite a few families, and in our community here online that have even more kids. So every time I say that, it's comparatively speaking, it seems like a lot at times, and at other times I think, well, Maria's got 11 kids, so it's crazy. I don't know, it's crazy, but you have to be a little bit crazy. So I call myself the crazy mompreneur. I just actually literally rolled out of bed not that long ago. This morning was a good day because I didn't wake up with like saturated in, and I know we're all moms here, so I can say this, but the other morning I literally woke up, and this has happened more than once, with my whole back saturated in pee, because my little one snuck into bed with me and peed the bed, and it's like, do you ever have those moments when you wake up and you're in your kid's pee, but you're so tired, and you know that if you, somebody's trying to get in here. You know that if you get up, that you're just going to wake them up again, and it's just going to, so you literally just stay in the pee, and you're like, okay, just like one more hour of sleep before I have to get up and change the bed. So anyways, it was a good day because that didn't happen. And this is the little culprit right here. Funny enough, he came over. So, yes, I live on Vancouver Island with half a dozen kids, and I love them dearly. And I'm just so glad to be able to hop out of bed and hang out with my other mommies and just feel like, and my daughter is trying to get him out of here right now, so I'm going to mute myself out and pass it on, pass the torch.
Thank you, Greta. Love you. And hi, sweetie. Up in Canada, beautiful Vancouver Island. Hi. Hello. Such a cutie pie. Hey. All right, I'm going to move along, and now we're going up from Canada right back down to the other side of the planet. Jenny, you're up. Oh, no sound. Unmute yourself, hon. Yeah, unmute. I think you need to unmute, sweetie. We had you a sec ago. Maybe take off your headset. Try that. Oh, yeah, because before it started, we had sound. So whatever you were doing before was working. If you put your headset on, that might have actually cut out the sound for us, possibly. Sometimes that happens.
Okay.
No sound.
Am I on? Can you hear me?
Yes, now I can hear you. Now I can hear you.
Oh, my computer is just not. It's just not helping me at all day today. So yay. Sorry guys. Yeah. So Jenny here, all the way from Townsville, Australia, North Queensland, right up on the tip. So I have a beautiful little daughter, Abigail. She's 18 months old, and yeah. So that's me.
I love it. So what is it? It's like 3 in the morning for you there? 2 in the morning. Oh, and you went mute again. You went mute again, hon. Oh, I love you. You went mute again. So hop out again when keep testing the sound and hop out again. But you went mute again. All of a sudden the sound cut out. So yeah, keep playing with the sound. Okay, we're gonna move along here, and we have a new mama on our hangout here. Michelle, you're up.
Hi, lovely. Yeah, I don't know, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can totally hear you.
I don't know about this. These are new little earphones and a little computer set up here, so I'm not sure. This is crazy, you guys. I've been watching and hanging out with you guys on the sidelines, and so I'm just really happy. I feel like kind of emotional right now just because all of this is finally happening for me and my child, and actually taking a sick day from my day job, my paying day job right now, and thought, oh my goodness, I can hang out with my beautiful moms today, and so yeah, I'm playing hooky from my day job so I can be with you guys. Yeah, I'm in San Antonio, Texas, and I got my son Corbin.
Hey,
He's
Corbin.
preoccupied with a Lego Star Wars game on my phone. He's a big Lego Star Wars fan, and yeah, Bashan. I know Bashan since we were kids growing up, and kind of followed and watched her for about a year or so, and then got signed on with just the blogging and inner circle, and watching the hangout. Just watching everyone's progress, and Gabrielle, all of you guys here have been so inspiring to me in so many ways that you probably didn't even know as time was going on, and it's just amazing how things have kind of worked out where I was able to get all in and get this Nashville trip lined up, and I'm just completely, I'm almost speechless with words to describe how this feels to have this opportunity, because my day job, I'm pretty worn out, and moment when I was really looking for something to kind of rescue me from this day job, and I believe I found it, and I am so encouraged because of all of you and the success that you're having, but just the life that you're living and what you're dedicated for your children, and that's what I'm about. I'm all about this child right here and for my family. So I'm real happy that I have this opportunity, and looking forward to seeing some of you guys, hopefully all of you in Nashville. So this is a huge blessing for me. I do get very emotional when I talk about this because it's such a big deal for me.
Oh, well, welcome, 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 welcome.
Thank you.
To have you here, and I mean, you give it to us, give it to our community, your comments and everything, on the page and all that, and it's so exciting to have you here. We're going to see you in Nashville.
I know. I am so excited, and I am not one that likes to fly, so I'm really this experience and having to overcome a lot of fears is a big deal. I know for anyone who's trying to overcome any kind of obstacle or fear, but I've been really having to face these head on, and just like Sarita said, you embrace it and you do it anyway, and it's tough love, and it's truth. You really just have to face those fears and do what makes you what you're afraid of doing to kind of overcome those and realize, hey, there's really nothing to be afraid of. I can do this. And so, yeah, I'm really thankful for all of the support that everyone gives here, because I think we've got a huge responsibility, not just as moms but just as women too, to lift each other up, because we know what it's like, what we go through, and I know I get that here, and I'm very appreciative of it all. So I love you all. I don't know you guys, other than through the web here, but I want to just give you all a giant squeeze, because you all have really touched my heart in a huge way.
Oh, that is so wonderful, and something for, and by the way, Sarita, we're sending some loving and healing energy. Sarita's not feeling so good today, so not coming on with us, but I know she's with us in spirit. Love and energy to you, Sarita, and thank you, and it's so cool. I mean, Michelle, what you said, because so much we do this, especially online, and we don't know always all the people that are watching and the people that we are affecting, but we really are. We really are. There's so many people that watch, that I know are watching us, because we get the messages and all that. So for those of you that might have been a little bit silent and shy in the background, it's okay. You can hop out, even if it may seem like a big jump, even just to say, hey, I'm here in wherever in the world that you're watching, even if you're watching this as a replay, because there really is time and space, all of that, our energy, my intention, my energy. We're all here together. No matter what time it is for you while you're watching this, no matter where on the planet you're watching this, you're here, you're with us. You're with us. You're together with us in that energy. We're all together. I wanted to do just a quick shout out. A wonderful mumpreneur that today has a birthday, Dee Varengia. Wherever you are enjoying your birthday today, beautiful, beautiful Dee. Love you. We all love you, and happy, 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 happy birthday. So what we're going to do is go our topic today. We're going to go through the topic, and then everybody will sort of like go down the line and hop out. But at any point, if you've got like a comment or anything to add, just chime in. And Jenny especially, when you get your sound going, just hop out. Like it's okay. And I wanted to throw something out of it, the whole idea about going through. I'm going to start with kind of something that like Michelle touched on, the whole idea of the fear and jumping out and doing something beyond outside of your comfort zone. And maybe, I mean, some of you watching this going, oh my goodness, could I ever do a hangout like this? Or just anything. And a lot of it is really almost, we think of our kids and how we want inspire them to do things, even though they're afraid, like to be able to jump past certain comfort levels of their own as they're growing. And a lot of it is just remembering who you really are. Really, for me, that's what it is. It's always remembering who I really am, and staying connected to that. Because when I do that, when I stay connected, for me, this is one of my biggest secrets, is really first thing in the morning. I'll be honest, this morning I didn't because I slept in, but I will do it as soon as we hop off. But really allowing that time to connect with positive audio, positive reading, all kinds of things that really, a meditation, to remind myself of who I really am, to really get grounded into, for me it's getting grounded in whatever terminology works for you, grounded into source, and that feeling, that bubbling up that comes up when I remember, that energy, that love essence that we all are, that connects, and I look at my children and I see them that way, and I just think of everything, and I remember my vision of wanting to really help others to believe and see the abundance that they already have, and just from that place take action, and knowing, for those of you that might be perfectionists, if you just put your arm up, oh, not straight enough, there's always going to be that which I fall into. There's always, we're never, anything that's ever done that's been ever anything powerful has been about being able to make mistakes, be willing to make mistakes. I mean, we watch our little ones. For me, there's such a guy, like I remember when they were first starting to walk, I mean, they fell down, poof, they would just fall down, right? And they'd get back up again. And if they didn't get back up again after their first time falling down, going, well, I just can't do that because, I fell down, right? I mean, we never walk. I mean, we watch them learn all these little things. And for me, I remember that, and it's like, okay, it's okay to make mistakes. The analogy of what, the rocket to the moon, it's constantly being adjusted. It's got to be in motion, and it's okay to make mistakes. We all have a license to make mistakes. And one of the things that held me back was if I wasn't a perfect mom. And this is me just getting really real here. If I wasn't a perfect mom, I would do, and this was a big thing for me, I would get down on myself, and somewhere inside would tell myself I was not capable of, I didn't deserve the success and the abundance and everything that I would see, and I would stop myself from taking action in my business because I had spoken in a way that I knew, because sometimes, we get stress can happen, and somebody that's not even me will come flying out of my mouth. And it's really to remind myself that it's not who I really am, and that it's always possible to go in and frankly show our children that when we make a mistake, we can rectify it. We can go in and say, I didn't speak the way I wanted to speak to you, and really honor the feelings of our children and be there for them. And so, and it was a big thing for me. It was a big thing for me because to be able to get past that and be aware that it's okay, and the conscious awareness of having made the mistake, instead of beating yourself up in your head and saying, oh, I made a mistake, right, is to kind of go, wow, I'm aware. I'm actually conscious. I'm not walking around like knee-jerking my way through life, right? Like most people do. They just go with their emotion of wherever it leads them, and instead, I'm actually tapping into myself and being conscious of who I really am, and making that choice of the decision of coming from a powerful place inside and modeling that for my kids and modeling that in my business, and being able to move forward, to give myself credit of when I have, and it can be anything, and frankly, when it comes to doing business and marketing and anything else, mistakes are perfect because that's what we know, what works. And we know what to pause and what to scale up our activities on. So on many different levels. So that's for me at the moment what I'm going to put out there, and going to go down the line. We'll start here with Elizabeth, unless you want to pass on to someone else first. But you want to pass it down? Okay. We'll go. Hop out when you're ready, hon. Okay. Gabrielle, you are up next.
Okay.
Folks, take your pens and paper. Take where you take
them. Yeah, this is a big one, actually. I think it's quite a big topic. I firstly wanted to talk about, like, when I first came into this, I was actually really concerned about using all the electronics all the time, because I was kind of at a place where I wasn't having the computer on, phones were like away, and I didn't want the kids to be exposed to all the EMFs, and I was just kind of Googling it before this, like, these sort of levels say that we have in our house are actually quite dangerous. And I was just like, how do I make this work? Because I'm going to have to be on this stuff like a lot more than I was really planning. I didn't want my kids exposed. So yeah, that was a really tough thing for me, and because I'm a self-confessed wellness warrior. It's very important to me. So this was really big, and I had to make sure that the balance was there. I'm very, very lucky that I've got an office, and I can close the door and not have the kids see me on the computer all the time. That was a really big thing. Plus, they also go to, I'm into the Waldorf Steiner education, and that is, not really exposing kids to TV, computers. So this was massive. Like, how can I juggle this online business with kids that are going to a school that they don't even watch TV? So yeah, it's been difficult, but I had to make this work, because this is a way that I can be home with them and spend the most quality time with them. So yeah, check out that Waldorf education. It's really interesting, and it's keeping your kids, and well, there's a lot more to it. But yeah, like, so they don't even have the TV, especially like during the week. They do watch movies and stuff at weekends, but yeah, it's very limited. So this was a big balance. So they're in a lot of my videos and photos, and that's the most they kind of get exposed to. But it's a balance, and sometimes they see me on the laptop. It's not ideal, but that's that's life, and it can't always happen perfectly exactly as you want. But the important thing is to do your best, and just be mindful. The main thing for me was just to always be mindful of what I was doing. So yeah, that was the first big challenge that I got when I first came into this. You know me, I write all my notes, because it's always so late, so I'm like, okay, I did all this research before what I was going to say. Yeah, so I'm actually, my background is a theatre nurse, so I see a lot of sick people and people that haven't maybe looked after themselves. So that probably pushed me into the health and wellness and learning how to look after ourselves, and that's like the key to my energy levels, my wellness and my family's wellness. So I'm very it's kind of strict with our food. I choose to eat organically, and we've done that on a budget for 4 years now, and it's possible. Like, we made a commitment, and we have taken so much out of our lives to be able. That's like the main thing for us. Our food is the key to all our health, actually, and we eat whole foods. Everything I make from scratch, so pretty much 90% of our diet is homemade food. We know exactly what's in it, no sugars, no sort of cane sugar, but we have sweeteners, and yeah, that is the key to this balance. And I totally believe this keeps me well, this keeps me this keeps my family well, so this helps me with this business. So this happens through a lot of organization, and that's how I make our granola, for example, and I dehydrate it, or I keep it raw, and that's 2 weeks worth of breakfast. It's about organization, and we have menu plans for every day, so for the week, so we know what we're going to have. So all this stuff keeps my balance in my business, got the balance of my business and my health. And I just something popped in my head, and it's popped out again. Hopefully that will come back. Bear with me. Oh, and a lot of these foods are very healing. So I make kombucha, which is a probiotic drink for the family. We eat things like sauerkraut and kimchi. It keeps our gut healthy. Um, and I had something really good and it's disappeared. What was I going to say? Yes, the key is your passion. So my passion is health. And I'm so lucky that the balance between my business and my passion is I can do every day. So I can constantly cook. So when you're starting something new like this, you have to ensure that you still have the things that you love. And I'm so lucky that I can do that with food, so I can cook constantly and I can still have my business, so there's the balance. And when I was writing my notes, I just realized how lucky I was that that's possible for me. And I was just kind of at that space when I was thinking, I've finally got this community of women that I've wanted my whole life, and I've got the connection with them. I've got my business, you know, earning money for me so I can stay home with my kids. I've got my passion for food, so I'm constantly doing that in the kitchen. And as I was writing my notes, I was like, everything is coming together, and I was just like, wow, this is actually happening, and everything I've wanted is just folding down. And I was just like, you know, you dream of this, you know, that everything, you know, you dream of what you want. And when I was writing this down, I was like, this is all coming together exactly how I wanted it in my life. And it just goes to show that when you do start making your dreams your goals, it happens. And when you sit and have exercises where you're writing this stuff down, and you just realize it was such a special moment. I just wanted to share that with you because I really felt so blessed yesterday when I was writing this down. So even just like a thank you to all you beautiful women. And you know, maybe it was scary kind of joining in to this, but boy, like I'm so where I want to be right now. So it's really cool. So yeah, balance. And I think everyone's got so much to say about this, so I'll leave it there. And yeah, I'm just really happy to be here. And if you're new to watching us, click below and join our beautiful community. And if you've been watching for a while and you've been unsure, this is definitely the time. We'd love to have you. Take care.
Thank you, thank you, Gabriella. So it's beautiful, and I love the recipes that you share as well. It's like it's part of who you are. Really, really wonderful. I made an attempt on one of them for my kid's birthday, but I screwed up when I had the bananas weren't fresh enough. But it was really really good. I was like, so this way of making icing for my kid's cake. That it was it was bananas and avocados. There was no sugar. It was really cool. Anyways, so I am going to pass it down. Greta, oh, I see the image up, so maybe we'll come back. Can you hop out, Greta?
Can you see? You don't see me?
I don't see you. I just see you.
Oh. Okay, I can hop out and just say very quickly because I am kind of a little bit busy right now with the kids. But it's funny that you were talking about kombucha because and I hear an echo for feedback. But anyways, my little one River just popped in the room and asked if you could have some kombucha. So it's funny how you were talking about kombucha because we do the whole kombucha thing here too. But I'm going to share a little bit later when things kind of settle a little bit.
Okay, now hop out because we can't see you. We can hear you. So
okay.
Yeah, just hop out. Just hop out. I'm going to go down to Jenny. Can you say something? Oh no, Jenny! I know it's working. Seriously, I really think maybe take off the headset if you can. If you can take off the headset, I think unplug it. That might work better. Sometimes I find that there could be an issue with the headset sometimes. Say something, say no, because interesting. Okay, keep playing with it, like making sound, and just literally like hop out. It's okay. Ladies, we're okay if she hops out, interrupts us? Yeah, we're all good. Okay, so just don't wait for me to pull you up. Just like if you can keep working with it and just hop out, because I want to hear what you have to say. Okay, moving down to Michelle.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh goodness. Wow. I can tell you that it's so funny because coming into this business for wanting the time freedom with my son and to be able to focus more on, having that time you can focus on, better nutrition and keeping them occupied, better than during the day. He sits next to me and he'll do some educational games on the computer. He's entertaining himself in the other room, and it breaks my heart because he'll come in and be like, "Mommy, can play?" And I'm like, "Baby, I'm sorry, Mommy has to work," and then when work is done and my husband gets home, then it's, kind of the evening routine. Get dinner, get the bath, get to bed, and then repeat it the next day. And it's just so draining, and it's just not the type of life. It's not living. It's working. And it's completely miserable. And so coming into this business and going through like the inner circle audios and getting all of this inspiration from everyone that's on our tribe and seeing, these, all of you incredible women and what you're able to do for and with your children, and I'm like, that's what I want, that's what I need, that's the person that, I dream of being in that same position, to have that time freedom for Corbin and to do those mommy things. All children are miracles, but he is such a special miracle to me because I tried for years and didn't think I could have children. And I remember the night that I was laying in bed just praying, and I was like, if this is supposed to be for me, I want it now. I want this child now. It's got to happen now, or I pretty much had given up hope. And it's funny because at the time when I was praying that, I didn't find out till a week or two later, but I was already pregnant with him. And so I kind of felt like, my mom, she passed in April of 2008 after a long fight with breast cancer, and I kind of felt like, she and God were up there laughing like, haha, wait till you find out, it just felt like, it really confirmed to me, like, there is somebody there listening to these prayers. But it was really one of those heart-to-hearts that I was just like, this is my heart's desire to be a mom. It always has been, probably since I was little, playing with my dolls, my Cabbage Patch dolls with my friends, and just learning those mommy skills early. But going through what I went through with my mom, and kind of having to be her inspiration and her cheerleader, and I had all of the faith and belief that even if it was by a miracle that she was going to be healed from this. She was very big on nutrition and homeopathic, natural medicine. I learned a lot from her, and it really inspired me in my, as being a mom, and probably more since becoming a mom than beforehand, because some of it I was like, ooh, Mom, that's yuck, barley green, gross, but now I'm just like, I love this stuff, and I wish I had really put it to practice earlier on when my mom was teaching me these things, because I would be so much further ahead than I am now. But, there's, no better time to start than now, can't forget the past, but what I have right now, let's just do it going forward. But going through that with her, it's like the moment when she passed away, I even was just like looking at her, waiting for her to wake up, like, this isn't really happening. So I'm real emotional, and I am very open about it. So if my face gets all contorted because I'm crying, it's embarrassing, but I can't control it. And it's taken a while sometimes for me to even talk about it without getting emotional, but I think I will, because you guys provide such a comfortable atmosphere to do that. But yeah, it made such a huge impact on me. Obviously, when you lose somebody you love, but especially your mom, because who we come from, and I learned so much from her, and she inspired me so much. It was like a part of my heart was gone, and I didn't know what to do or how to get it back, and there was a bunch of stuff going on and settling her estate and some fights with family members over a little house that she inherited in Florida, and a lawsuit with my aunt, just a bunch of busy stuff going on. Then I was like, I don't have time to grieve. I have to be strong. I got to get through this. I don't really have time to be a crybaby. I have to keep pushing and pushing and pushing and push through this. And that's what I did. And so I suppressed that grief for many years until I got pregnant with my son. And I found that didn't work anymore because you're so emotional. You're pregnant, and then I didn't know if crying and letting it out was going to hurt him because everyone tells me, oh, the baby feels what you're feeling. So I thought I had to protect him and not let myself get those feelings out, which was quite the opposite. I think getting those feelings out would have been more healing and better for him than to hold it in the difficulty of trying to, what I thought was keeping it together, and was probably completely doing the opposite of what I thought I was trying to accomplish. But it's just so strange, though, of having such an immense faith when my mom was going through that and seeing these scary things with my own eyes and what she was going through and how she was declining, but my faith still remained so strong. And I think it was early in my pregnancy when my doctor told me he thought I was losing my baby, that all of a sudden I just became this completely different person, just fearful, ridiculously fearful. Even to this day, I have to catch myself in my own thoughts and tell myself, this is all these what if worries, that can just drive you crazy, and just to find a way to stop them and replace them with something positive. And coming into this business has totally been that catalyst and has given me some tools to really learn where those fears are coming from, how to change my way of thinking, to not be a fearful thinking person, but to think of all the good possibilities, not see everything in a negative, but see those things in a positive. And like you said earlier, Valerie, finding yourself, like who you are. I'm like, I'm a fighter. I'm tough. My mom was tough. She fought cancer. She found out in December of '99 where she discovered this lump. And she lived, I believe, on that strength and that faith until 2008 because she didn't take chemotherapy or radiation. She tried to do it all naturally. And I really had to go back and be honest with myself and like, who is Michelle? Who is this person? And who do you want to be? And consciously making those choices of in those changes and knowing like I do have this strength. I do have that power. And it's my right to be happy and to be free from this. Fear, nothing good comes from fear. And if I want to be the mom that my son deserves, I need to change my act pretty quick, and so give myself some tough love. But it's so incredible how everything has worked hand in hand. And once I started making those steps towards that, everything has just really it becomes easier, and then you see the progress and the benefits, and it just builds and builds and builds on that. And so it's easy to sometimes maybe backslide, but then you know how to catch yourself and turn it around. And so that's what I'm really grateful for with this whole experience, is knowing, and it's given me my faith back and the hopes in the future. It doesn't seem like, oh, just another day. It's like, hey, it's another day. This is another day to accomplish and to see great things happen, not to always expect the next disaster around the corner. So, we go through life and situations for a reason, and I do believe that. And sometimes they're not easy, but getting it on the other side of that and then having that realization and understanding, oh, okay, now it makes a little bit more sense, is very encouraging. And it has brought me to this moment right here. I'm very thankful for that, and I wouldn't change it for anything, because I do believe it's going to allow me to really be the mom that my son deserves and to focus on those positives to meet his needs and my family's needs. So this is truly incredible. I mean, I'm like I said, I've been sitting here on our hangouts as kind of a silent watcher, listener, and even be on this panel is a true blessing because it marks an accomplishment, for me, and to be able to share this time with each of you and what I have learned from you guys or you ladies, and from what I know that we continue to learn from each other is just I it's priceless. I wouldn't trade it for nothing. So I thank you all so much. Really, everyone here has played such a key role or has said something that has touched my heart along my path of healing that I'm forever grateful for. So I love each and every one of you. Thank you so much.
So sweet, Michelle. And yeah, I mean, you said something so powerful. You said, and I really want to pull it out. It was because you said, it's like something that happened. I don't know the exact wording of what you said, but that it's in the past, and that this morning it's like it's about moving forward. That it really, no matter what it is, and you've had some powerful things with your with your mom in that experience. And the blessing of having watched her tap into that strength within. But everything that has happened, whether it was years ago or 5 seconds ago, it's the past already, and all that really matters is right here and right now.
Absolutely.
What's right here and right now. And I want to challenge something. I hear you saying the words tough love. For me, it's funny because every time I hear that, I go like this. It's almost more of this strength comes from and the power and the strength of, and maybe that words work for you. For me, it's for those folks watching, a warm love, really, because the strength of going and saying, I release and I let go of whatever has happened in the past, and instead of future pacing the possible worst case scenarios, to allow ourselves to tap into who we really are. It's almost like it's a loving kind of coming into home of that, checking in and feeling that energy of who we really are, that power, that strength, that wisdom that is the essence of all of us. We all have a unique way of expressing it. I really believe that, and I also really believe that who we really are is this power, this strength, like that strength of your mom and your strength. And you pulled it up from within as you were lying there going, this is it. I want to be a mom. And you pulled, and you allowed that in. You said you made the decision. You made the decision and said, this is it. This is what I want. This is who I am. And then and that was it. It was like you were, and you even allowed yourself to, as you were going through, to let go of your fears even during pregnancy, so that your son is here, right? I just think it's so powerful. For me, it's that adjustment, because all those thoughts. I mean, I may have talked about it in another hangout, and love Gabrielle, anybody else. Greta, Jenny, we want to hear your sound because I know you've got so much profound things to say.
Are you hear my working?
Yes, it's working.
Yay! I can't believe it's working. And you know what? I went to my old laptop, my good old faithful laptop. I got a new one when I went to Vegas, and now it's not working. So yay! But my old one works. So, Michelle, first of all, I just really want to, just give you some love, because you are just so beautiful, and I cannot wait to meet you in the next mastermind, and I'm just so excited. You're so beautiful. It's funny that you speak about the community that we do have here, because for me it was pretty much the same experience coming on board with this business. As women, I think there are times where we feel like we have to do it all on our own, and we forget to ask for help, or just voice that we need help. Because I know I do that, and it's part of this being perfect, like the perfect woman, the perfect mother, the perfect wife, the perfect girlfriend, whatever, but it's just something that's in us that, you know, we want it to be so beautiful that we forget that we need to ask for help. And, you know, that's something that this community really brings. It brings out the fact that you're not by yourself, you're not alone, and it's such a powerful thing because it carries us through. I know it carried me through so many hard times. Now, if I can tell you one secret with, you know, mindset for this hangout, for this topic, mine is not just the audio, because, you know, I do the audios, I do all these things that everyone speaks about, except I could probably do a little bit better with my health, thanks to Gabrielle for inspiration, of course. But the one thing that I have as my secret weapon to get me through everything is the community. You know, what we have here is so powerful and so beautiful that money can't buy it. Money can't buy it. I really honestly can say that money cannot buy the love and the community and the connection that we have here with us, and it's so powerful. And you know, you hear it in Michelle's voice, you hear it in all the women's voice. What we have here is awesome. So, you know, if you are thinking that maybe this is it, maybe this is something that you can do, you know, and join us, definitely, because you are not going to regret it. Because I know the decision, when I made that decision, when I got there, you know, it's been the best thing that I ever did. And I started this business only about 4 months ago, and my whole life has completely changed. My outlook on everything, it's like I took off the smoky glasses and put on some rainbow ones because it's just full of color, and I love that. And I am honestly so grateful that I can reach out to the community, like, you know, the women, obviously, but all of the other guys out there as well. Like, the community that we have is super powerful, and if you need something, they're always there. And when you get to an event, that just makes it even more powerful. That really just took it to a whole new level that I've never experienced before. So that's really my secret in regards to the mindset, I guess, the topic. But I just really love hearing Michelle's story tonight. Yeah, apart from my craziness with my laptop, I did hear most of it. So, and I'm looking forward to hearing the replay and just feeling that heart come from you and the story, because this community has brought me so much, more than anything that I've ever experienced before. So yeah, that's my little thing anyway. So sorry about all the dramas, and yeah, I'll let someone else talk now, because I could probably talk for hours.
Jenny, you're amazing. And I was like, yes, she has the sound, because I knew what was going to come out. It was going to be inspiring. So it's so wonderful. I mean, really. Gabrielle, Greta, Elizabeth, anybody want to?
What I was going to say was that one of the nice things about this business is there's no set time that you have to do specific things at, because I know in the evenings it's very difficult for me to go and do other things, because that's when my kids are right on top of me. They want my attention. They want to help make dinner. They get ready for bed. And a lot of meetings do happen at that time. But the other thing is, you can watch the replays. Yeah. You know, if you're not able to attend something, you can watch it at another time when the kids aren't as right on top of you, but thereby enabling you to do the things that are important to them. Go to the dance classes with them. Teach them how to make dinner. My little one is huge on trying to cook right now. And it's like every time you try to show her, her hands are in there before you can even get anything out of your mouth. But and then for me, you know, nighttime is the most difficult, but I can hop on somewhere between 5 o'clock in the morning and 6:30 and 8 o'clock, because that's when they're going to school. But as they're getting prepared in the morning, I can hop on and do the postings that I need to do and all these different things, but still be available to them when they need me. And that's a really nice thing about this business, because trying to balance home and work all together is very difficult for everyone. And you're always worried that you're shortchanging somebody. And this way, you don't have to. You're always there for your kids. And I think that's what's the biggest draw and the biggest thing that helps me out with it.
I love Elizabeth. I love that. I love that, and that's just as a powerful tip, for everybody to know, to be able to have that. I mean, it's because I know so many of us, we don't want our kids in daycare. We don't want our kids, we want to be there around them and be able to literally work around our kids' schedule to do stuff. Is just so precious, really, really, really precious. I mean, for me, I mean, I was, my prior life, I was an entertainment attorney, and if I was doing that, I would be either with a nanny or dropping them off really early in the morning so I could get to the office early in the morning. Never mind, I wouldn't even be there to tuck them in at night, because oftentimes I wouldn't even get home. I'd be lucky if I could tuck them in at night during the week. Very lucky. I mean, I had jobs where I was, I wasn't home until close to midnight. I mean, I would pretty much almost never see my kids if I was doing that, and that was a huge realization for me. So I have such appreciation that we can do this and work around our schedule. We completely work around our schedule. It's just like so immense. It's such a cool thing. I love that, and this community means so much, because it's the same thing, because it can be isolating. It can be isolating, even just being, being a mom, being a stay-at-home mom, and I'm a stay-at-home single mom. It's making that even possible. It can be isolating, and having you ladies. I mean, even recently, I went through physical challenge, and the kids were sick, and I was sick, and I reached into this community, and the love and the energy. I think I even talked about it on the last hangout. The love and the energy that comes in is just so incredible. I mean, it's palpable. I mean, we're all over the world, but I literally feel the energy of all of you, of everybody, and such gratitude on that. Gabrielle, before you looked like you wanted to pop out, did you want to?
I was just really touched by Michelle. Thought,
Yeah.
everything she said was just beautiful, and I'm just so happy that you're here with us.
Yeah.
You're just exactly where you need to be, and I can't wait to give you a big hug in Nashville.
Yeah, I remember, Gabrielle, the first time I saw you, we were in Lake Las Vegas, and I ran up to you and I gave you this big hug, and it was a funny thing, because I felt like I was like, hey, good to see you again, but it was the first time physically in person, but because of this and our connection with our business, our hangouts, it felt like I already knew you. It was like, it was weird. It was sort of like I had to remind myself, no, this is the first time I'm physically in front of you,
Yeah, it's so special. It's so special.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been the best.
Greta, are you in a position to hop out, or?
Can you see me, or are you still seeing my image? Oh, that's so funny. I could see myself.
You, Hannah. It's just big. Did you see Black, or do you see her? Do you see Greta? Is it me? Can you see Greta, or no?
No,
Right,
that's okay.
Pop my face up and smile at you.
We can see you. Yeah, we can see a beautiful image, and we can hear your beautiful voice. So go for it, I reckon.
Thanks, Jenny.
Baby Forrest to sleep on your shoulder.
Yeah. Oh, that was like, I don't know, maybe a couple days after he was born or something, I think. Yeah. I've just been sitting here. Like, it just seems to be the same thing every week. Every time I hop on these hangouts with you ladies, I'm just always so moved and inspired, and it's a reminder every week. Not really that I need a reminder, but it's like when I think that my passion can't get any greater, and my conviction and in what I'm doing here with myself and my family and other people being a part of this community, it grows more and more. And especially when we have new moms come out and share with us, Michelle, that was just so, it's like a breath of fresh air. It's just the heart of this community is, you know, I'm just right there with all of you in the impact that this community has had on me. I just, like, you could not take me out of it. I mean, I have been, it's like I have been reborn. I found my voice. There was these, you know, before I got started here, it was like I didn't realize what I was missing. I didn't realize how much I was, like, just not, I didn't believe in myself. I didn't see any self-worth. I didn't have any self-worth. You know, I found it hard to be assertive and to just say how I felt or stand up for myself if I ever felt the need. Or, you know, I just, this community has helped me to find my voice and become who I feel I was always meant to be, and in order to make the difference that I always knew I wanted to do, and to be able to be this new person and to be this better role model for my children, it truly is priceless. You know, maybe you've been sitting here watching, and I can guarantee you that you have been able to relate to so much, to so many of these stories, and, you know, the feelings, and I mean, it's so real and so raw, and just like I said earlier, so moving to hear these women open up their hearts and to be able to share. And, you know, maybe you think, I could never do that. You know, I felt that way too. I honestly felt that way too. And, you know, there are even times when I still feel like, oh, like all, you know, I have butterflies and stuff, because, you know, was, believe it or not, one of my biggest fears was to just be able to speak my feelings, share my thoughts. And you know, if I know I've mentioned this before, but my first video is a great example of that. You know, hidden away. I was hidden away. I honestly, thinking about that video is like thinking about a completely different person. And when I was sitting in my daughter's closet, I was crying. I could barely speak, and I was just shaking. I was playing with and fidgeting with a pen, and I knew that was the beginning. That if I couldn't do that, there was just like no point in going on. So I knew that I needed to break through. That was something that I needed to break through for myself in order to move forward. And when I think about that woman, almost like when I think about that person, it's almost like looking at a little girl, really. And I was, you know, it was just a couple years ago, and I was a mom, and I had lots of kids, and and I have more kids now, but to be able to see that growth, and it's like an out-of-body experience. It really is, and that is why I'm still here, and why I'm so passionate, and why I come on these hangouts every week and do other hangouts as well, and why I'm building this business, because I am so passionate about helping other women, other moms be able to step outside of themselves for a moment and to really give themselves a check. Am I being that person that I need to be? For myself, first of all, am I really living to my fullest potential? Am I loving myself? Do I accept myself for who I am? Am I speaking the truth? Am I being authentic? Am I accepting my mistakes? Am I forgiving myself? Because if you're not doing that, for me it's like, what's the point? And like, it is our job, I feel, as moms to love ourselves, to love ourselves first, to be that example, to be the person that we want our children to be. So if we love ourselves and we show our children that, they too will love and accept and see the worth in themselves. We are their greatest example. We are their greatest motivators in life. And I'm just so happy to be here. And yeah, for me, I guess one little tip that I can say, has been my savior in building this business that gives me so much freedom to just be there for my children 150%, because I would never have it any other way, is, funny enough, my iPhone. It could be any phone for that matter, but I use this thing. I bring it wherever I go. I have it, in my bed at night when my little ones are snuggled up with me. I'm a busy dance mom, so I'm here, there, and everywhere, all over the place, all the time, and I'm able to build my business from my phone. And it I can experience a full, rewarding, blissful life with my kids, all while building a business from my phone. So it's pretty incredible, and I just feel really grateful and moved, and so grateful that I'm here with all of you ladies. So thank you so much again for an inspiring, motivating, uplifting hangout, ladies. I just truly, truly love you all so much. Valerie, you're muted.
There we go. Oh, thank you, Greta. My little ones woke up, so we got a little bit of activity in the background here, and I love that. I love there's so many things, and I love that last tip. If you caught that, there's so much powerful stuff that we can actually do from our phones, lying there snuggling with them, and I'm editing a video. It's like anything is possible. And big heart love to all of you. We're at the top of the hour here, so we're going to sign out. For those of you, you've been watching us, and if you're still here, you know that it's time to connect with us if you have not already. So the button's there below. Get in on the inside. Check out what it is. What the heck are we all talking about? And you'll be connected in with our community very quickly. And just last words. Love to throw out if anybody else has any last words, and that is what Greta said, love yourself. Remember who you really are. When I say who you really are, it's all the positive things. That's who we really are. And from there to any dream, any thought that you ever had of something wonderful, beautiful of your future with your kids, financially, everything, how you want to live, it's because if you've even thought it or felt it for a moment, it's because it's already yours. And it's really all a matter of just allowing it. And anytime a thought comes across your brain about something, because we're taught often on media, which is why a lot of people keep us off of media, but that there's positive media, there's the right use of technology, and then there's negative media, never mind the EMFs or whatever, but the idea that when you're thinking about negative things about the future, that's actually literally what you're attracting. So the most responsible thing we can do ourselves and for our children is to catch those thoughts, realize that they're not even ours. We're literally pulling them in and attracting them from whatever, maybe stuff we've brought up with, things we might have caught, you know, in our subconscious or just out there in the energy of the you know, thought processes are literally floating out there like waves, but they're not necessarily who we really are. They're not. If it's a negative thought, if it's anything negative, trust me, it ain't you. It really isn't you, and it's okay to let it go. And if there's a thought that comes up about a negative thing in the future, let that go, or a negative thought about what your capabilities are in the present moment or in the future, let that go, because it's not real. It just isn't real. And to allow yourself to say, you know, I really am wise and powerful, and I have these unique gifts, and that, you know, we're here, and there's this community of people that are, I get so excited every time I talk with somebody new that gets involved in our business, because I just know, it's like, you don't know the cyber hug that's coming your way. It's on your way to you, and the physical when we get to see each other at Mastermind. So I'm so blessed. I'm so thankful to have all of you in this community, and love to you all, and love to all of you watching, and anybody that's watching, and love to you, Sarita. Feel better soon, and happy birthday, Dee. And anybody else have anything else before we hop on for next? Yeah, we're all good. We'll see you all next week. Click the link below. Connect with us. Love you all. Have a wonderful, wonderful week.